And I'm going to be talking about episode 5 of The Acolyte. And boy, this episode has a lot of problems, and let's get right into it. So, guys, it's Lord Sci-Fi here, and today we're going to be talking about The Acolyte episode 5, and wow, this episode is filled with many things that I just disagree about. Okay. For starters, the freaking where May was gonna, turn herself into the Jedi, which I thought was great, to turn herself in. Actually, no, I hated that. I wanted her to be, but then they changed her up. Like, she didn't even, dude, they changed her up so fast and it made zero sense. I thought she would have, I thought she was gonna do that. I thought she said that she was gonna do that, and then she was gonna have somebody after her to help her kill the Jedi, and they're gonna kill the Jedi. She was gonna kill Jedi. She wasn't gonna care. Maybe something like that, but that was filled with problems. That was a problem there. You can't do that. Okay, and then Soul freaking saying something that made zero sense, changing Soul's character. Why? I loved Soul. I liked Soul. The first 4 episodes, the only reason I could tolerate those episodes is because he was freaking, he was good in those episodes. That's why they aren't bad. Episode 5 has a freaking problem. The lightsaber fights, cool, man, they're great. But you could make good choreography and good stories. Leslie Headland, you wrote a crap story and I'm so upset. You cannot, this makes zero sense, right? I cannot see how it shouldn't be hard to write something that people love so much. You have to write something that makes sense. I know you literally messed up so much, and I just didn't like this episode. And then it's so obvious when that character, the freaking Sith, it was so obviously Kimir, and it was so obviously him, Kimir. I don't remember how to say his name, Quimir. I don't know how to say his name. It was so obviously him because there's no way the Sith could travel that fast. It was obviously him, so that was an obvious story problem. You cannot make this up, man. You cannot write a freaking story and it makes no sense. You have to, and then Osha freaking was I'm not interested in these characters anymore. You say you create characters that people love in Disney and you destroy them. You say these characters, you write good characters and then you make them suck. It's like Kylo Ren I liked, and then the movies get on, he gets worse and worse. I do not enjoy him. Alright? You cannot, it's not because they were black or Korean or Asian, or a girl or a guy or white. I don't care. Nobody does. Nobody should care. We want good characters. We want good stories. We want something we can come home to after a long day and relax and be like, oh, I can't wait for this new Star Wars project. But it's like you guys wasted your time creating a horrible show. You wrote something that made zero sense, and I'm upset about your problems that you created. You could have freaking not written Kiadi-Mundi, and the story made so much more sense. I'm upset at the fact that you really just tried to write characters, and you wrote a character, and you're like, let's just make, you wrote a character people and they're like, you know what, let's ruin these characters for these people. Because it's you don't even care you don't even care that people like these characters. You don't even care about the fans who watch this. You only care about the people who like it. You don't care that to create good movies, to create movies and shows, you have to make sure it has to be something whoa, I really enjoy this. But the Acolyte, nobody cares about. It wasn't because the people were black or the people were white or Korean or Asian. I don't care who or what you are. I just want good stories. At the end of the day, so many people have said this before, and I'm gonna say it again because it's true. Leslie Headland, you are a horrible writer for this. Just because it's your show does not mean you can make it not make sense and make it horrible. You literally said it's your show. Well, and if it's your show, make sure your show makes sense. It's all up to you to make sure this story makes sense, right? You cannot It makes zero freaking sense to this happen. And then I know you guys have just made this show to make sure it makes sense that freaking Palpatine can come back in episode 9 because you messed up so bad. You shouldn't have brought back Palpatine. He was already dead. You cannot. The only reason Jedi can is because they're pure people. They are people who sacrifice themselves to save the people. These people who, realize their wrongs and realize that you realize these people. And I'm like, you made the Jedi seem evil in this episode, and the Sith good. And the Sith, it's the opposite way. The Jedi are good, the Sith are evil. It's not that difficult. Make something make sense. The Jedi are good, the Sith are evil. I understand you want money at the end of the day, but if you want money, you're going to have to work harder than this. This is a total flop. Failure. This show is so bad. It wasn't the actors. The actors are great. They did their job. But the show just sucked. Their characters weren't good. And I have to say this multiple times because I'm afraid people are going to say, you're just mad because she's a girl, or you're just mad because she's black, or you're just mad because he's Korean, or you're just mad because he's Asian, or you're mad because he's Japanese. It's like, I don't care if you're black, white, Korean, Asian, Japanese. I don't care your race. I don't care if you're a girl or a guy. I want a good character. See Ahsoka? I like Ahsoka. And guess who she's played in live action? By a black woman. And I don't care that she's black. Yes, I can notice it. I could say it because I like Ahsoka. The Ahsoka show, it was a good show. I didn't care that she was being played. But did I think that they were going to be played by the original Clone Wars actors? Yeah, I did. But did we get a good actor to play live action Ahsoka? Yeah, we did. And I completely forgot about that it wasn't the original Clone Wars voice actor. Who cares? And we got Hayden Christensen back in those episodes to finish Ahsoka's training. Dude, that was insane. I loved that episode. Like, them fighting is great. And freaking a 40-year-old swinging a lightsaber is insane. How the fact he gets to swing it good. And honestly, it's just because he did the prequel trilogy, the amazing stories that was being made, but people didn't give it a chance. It's like the Acolyte failed, and it failed so hard. It's like episode 1 and 2, I was hooked and I wanted to keep watching. Then episode 3 made me upset, and then episode 4, you freaking make them try and find Jedi and then it makes Ahsoka, and then you make her want to seem like and you make May seem like a good person, and then she comes back and wants to kill everybody, and she just turns back to what she should have stayed. She should have stayed an evil person, and she shouldn't have changed. There was no point for her to change. There was no point. If you wanted the Sith to come out, you could have done it then. You could have done it already. You could have made him come out to be the Sith like he was supposed to be. But you didn't. You chose wrong, and you chose to make a bad story. So, I'm sorry to say this, Leslie Headland, but this was a horrible show. And I'm not sure if I trust you writing another Star Wars project. If I was working for Disney, I would say no. Right? Because you did not write a good show. It's like you care about making these messages about it being okay to be black or white. I think that's fine. I don't care. I think it's fine if you want to add messages, but you need to write a good story. If you can fit the messages into the story, sure, fine. Make a good story at the end of the day, please. People will like you more. People will want to watch your movies. People want to watch you. But you wrote something that made people hate the franchise and just gave up on it. You write something you forget that this franchise is old. It's old. This franchise has been old, and you ruin legacy characters who are so great in their projects that you remember them in it, but you have to drag them down in tier lists because of their appearances where they suck in. And Soul's the only reason I like it, but then you change him. Yeah, my opinion. This episode is worse than episode 3. There's a lot of problems. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 as well. they're both equally bad, and I'm sorry. I gave you a chance to you. We give you so many chances to write something good, and you just stab us in the back because you don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.